So one of the topics that I came here to speak about was the confusion about nutrition and how it is really the most complicated, complex science when you compare it to other sciences. And the reason for this is multivariable. There are a lot of different reasons why it's so confusing. There's a lot of different opinions, there's a lot of different research, it's hard to study, all of that. So the best way to approach it is, to look for resources that are objective. You have to look at all of the resources and take all the information in and then make decisions based on that. Of course, some intuition comes into play here, but the overall preponderance of data that we have shows that a whole food plant-based diet is optimal for health and that you can get all of your nutrients, say for vitamin B12, from eating a whole food plant-based diet. And there's so many different ways to eat a plant-based diet that makes it accessible for everyone. So in terms of ease of use, everyone could find a way to incorporate more whole plant foods into their diet. And that just means crowding out the processed foods, the animal products, until you transition yourself to eating an exclusively whole food plant-based diet. And that is where you're gonna get all of your phytonutrients and your fiber and all of the components that protect you against disease and give you the best nutritional bang for your caloric buck. And likewise, it will also help you avoid the health damaging compounds, the things that we know promote disease, like saturated fat and cholesterol and heme iron and new-5-GC and L-carnitine that converts into TMAO, and all of those compounds that we see that promote the disease process, inflammation and oxidation and all of that. So that's the wonderful benefit of eating a whole food plant-based diet. You could go raw and you could eat a lot. I love raw foods. I think raw foods are really important because you get a lot of nutrients in raw foods that when you start cooking or processing them, you lose some of those nutrients. So I recommend consuming at least half your calories from raw foods, lots of fresh fruits and vegetables, and if you can sprout or get sprouted grains and legumes, those are wonderful, and nuts and seeds and all of that. But there's also some benefits to including some cooked foods in your diet. So for instance, if you cook whole grains are wonderful ways to substantiate a diet and help with satiety, help you live longer and better. There's wonderful nutrients and health profiles associated with whole grains. But also, certain nutrients are enhanced when they're cooked. For instance, the phytochemicals like lycopene and lutein, which are found in